You see, in my previous video, I had explained about the cracks. There I had told you that whatever 4 or 5 types of the cracks I have written in my next video, I will go on explaining this. So other from them is the alligator cracks. So let me explain this alligator cracks. When the cracking is characterized by interconnected cracks. Interconnected cracks resembling with a pattern of alligator skin. Giving the impression that they can be easily detached. That they can be easily detached is known as alligator crack. So let me, after writing this definition, let me make its pattern, that how these cracks will look like on this asphalt surface. Then you will be able to understand this definition very well. Suppose interconnector mean I have seen such type of the crack on the surface. Now this crack is being connected with other surface like this one. So this zigzag pattern, and these cracks are very much near to each other, and these are connected with each other in like this way. So this type of the pattern, for your understanding, which I have drawn over here, this type of the pattern is known as our alligator crack. And I hope you may have understand this definition. You see, easily detached meaning, as you will see that I can remove this, I can remove this, I can remove this. Such type of the pattern, if you travel on the road, if you will make the observation that the road has the cracks of this type on the top surface, so then you can say that this type of the pattern can be placed in the type known as the alligator cracks. Now, about this alligator cracks, now let me explain its reason of occurrence. That why these cracks are occurring on our asphalt surface. So here, please go with me for this understanding point of view. First of all, your structure, your road structure is weak. When the road structure is weak, then we can say that overloading will create crack. I give you one example of this one. Suppose in the city, your internal streets, which are not designed for heavy load, where heavy load is coming, then you will see that this type of because it is a weak structure. It is not a so strong structure. Its thickness, structural thickness is less in the internal surface. Where the load is being exerted, heavy load, then crack will happen. After this, after writing this one, another thing, asphalt changes the characteristics with time. When asphalt is changing the characteristics with time, it means it will also lead to the production of these cracks on the asphalt surface. When characteristics are changed, it means it has been oxidized. It has changed, it has become brittle. When the load is being exerted, it's going to produce the cracks. Third point, when you can say that due to the capillary action, or you can say that your water table is little higher, there we can say that we have not provided proper drainage system. When proper drainage system is not present, it will also produce cracks. So keep this in. Proper drainage system is not present. This proper drainage system is related to the road safety, road structural safety. When proper drainage system is not present, because due to the capillary action or where the water table is high, when the load is being exerted, the cracks will happen. So that's a very important point. And after writing, I can go to the next point, that your construction quality. If the team working at site, they have not done the work in fine way, your finished product, when it is put in the service, rather than completing its service life of 15 years, when the construction quality is not up to the mark, maybe after 2 or 3 or 4 years, you will see that the surface is being cracked. So similarly, when the construction quality is next, there is relationship between your asphalt and aggregate. When there is a poor adhesion, between asphalt and aggregate, poor adhesion between asphalt and aggregate will also lead to the occurrence of this type of the failure on the asphalt surface. Now, although I have mentioned the reason, after mentioning this reason, now next, as I had already told you in my previous video, I will give you their remedial action. Because this remedial action is very important. Here I have seen many young engineers, when they are asked any question that how will you treat the road having the certain type of the cracks, they fail to answer. So that's why I have made this video for all field engineers and for all students to understand this one. Remedial action. This remedial action means that what I will do when there is when the asphalt surface is leading to the alligator cracks. First of all, limit the overloading. Every road is designed to bear some particular load. So that's why limit the overloading. That some indication should be given to the person who want to use this road that it's not for you to use this road because it is for the low traffic. So that's why limit the overloading. Second, this asphalt surface, it is changing the characteristics with time, and your fault of this poor drainage system. So provide proper drainage system. Provide proper drainage system means due to this system, your sub-base will remain dry. When the sub-base will remain dry, it means it is going to sustain your exerted load. Then this crack can be prevented. When asphalt is changing the characteristics with time, when you have to replace this asphalt, so replace the asphalt layer with high grade bitumen or PMB. PMB means polymer modified bitumen. So let me explain this point to you. Replace the asphalt layer with high grade bitumen. Suppose already when any road is made, there is always some service manual developed, some indication is always given that how we have what type of the mixed design is being used over here. Suppose this road was made earlier with the penetration grade of 60-70 and the cracks are on the surface. When you are going to replace this layer, replace it with higher grade. It means either you use 40-50 penetration grade or you use a polymer modified bitumen. So in this way, this fault can be reduced. Last one, this point, if my asphalt now this high grade bitumen like 40-50 are this polymer modified bitumen you have to use for its safety. Last one, if you see that your cracks are deep, and in this case you will have to not repair the surface, but you will have to develop full new road. That's it. Thank you very much for seeing. For both these cracks, I will give you one very short video in next. Thank you.